Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Buffy, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today, I'm looking at Season 7, Episode 21, End of Days. We begin the episode with an explosion, and Caleb mad that Buffy's found the weapon, which she pulls from the rock, and into the credits we go. Caleb tries to talk Buffy around, but the first says to let her go because the others are in trouble. Caleb don't want to, but he relents, and Buffy escapes. The basement is falling down, with 3 potentials dead, but Amanda is alive, and so is this girl. Do we know her name? And they find Vi with a broken arm, along with 2 more dead potentials. They find Kennedy before pulling Faith out of the water, and the noise of an Uber vamp causes them to run around in a panic, where they manage to get everyone over the barricade just as the Uber vamp attacks. Andrew brings snacks, which would be my role in an apocalypse, and the main Scoobies get home having not found Buffy, and Giles tells them that Faith's not back, so something must have gone wrong. Kennedy gets jumped by a second Uber vamp. Oh, there's 3! And they grab one of the girls and rip her apart before trying to strangle Kennedy. But Buffy drops in, immediately dusting 2 of them. The third Uber vamp throws her before flashing his pants, so Buffy cuts his head off and tells the potentials to get moving. Back at the house, the injured are tended to, as Buffy rushes around and she says not to blame Faith. You had one job, door closey girl. And upstairs they check on Faith, who is still unconscious, before Buffy tells them about the weapon, which Giles really likes. Buffy wants him and Willow to find out all they can about it, while downstairs, Andrew and Anya help the injured before getting drunk, and Andrew decides they should raid the hospital for supplies. Xander isn't a fan of Buffy's plan that will take him out of the fight, but she insists she needs him to go and do this.
You're my strength, Xander. You're the reason I made it this far.
While Giles and Willow come up empty on the research, so Giles suggests magic. Willow is scared by the idea and returns to her computer, which results in some headway. And outside, as Dawn and Xander search the car, Xander kidnaps her, which genuinely made me jump. Okay, bye then. Caleb is pissed off, so the first tells him to calm down before they merge, and it makes him all emo. Faith holds the weapon, feeling its power, and she talks to Buffy about what happened. But she understands and says shit happens, and Faith says she's jealous of Buffy, her family, and her friends, even though she's alone.
There's only supposed to be one. Maybe that's why you and I can never get along. We're not supposed to exist together.
Also, you and Evelyn were killing people.
Good point. Also a factor.
Spike gets home and they have an awkward conversation before she tells him off for acting cagey about his feelings, and he says last night was the best night of his life, but he's terrified about it, and she agrees but doesn't know what it means. Andrew and Anya raid the hospital as they discuss the apocalypse, with Anya admitting she used to flee from them, but spending her time with idiot humans has shown her there are things worth fighting for, and Andrew predicts she will survive the battle, but he won't, which he's made peace with. Buffy wanders the graveyard and approaches the pyramid tomb, which we've seen throughout the series, and boots her way inside and finds the Guardian, who says she put the weapon in the rock in the first place.
I'm sorry. What's your name?
Buffy.
No, really.
The Guardian gives her a history lesson and says it's up to her to use the weapons at her disposal before getting her neck broken by Caleb, while Dawn wakes up in the car confused, so Xander hands her a letter. It's from Buffy and it says that she and Xander need to be safe, so she tases him, grabs the wheel of the car, and heads back to Sunnydale. Buffy and Caleb fight it out, and it's less cartoony than it was before, mostly. But when she loses her grip on the weapon, Caleb gets the upper hand, so Angel shows up and punches him out. He stands to one side to watch the fight.
You are so gonna lose.
And the pair have it out, with Buffy delivering the axe to Caleb's stomach, which he finds hilarious and dies. So Buffy and Angel make out, which Spike witnesses. We're nearly there, people! Home stretch now, and yes, this is another gearing up for the final battle episode, but I like it better than the previous one. There are quite a few bits to get through, so in no particular order, Kennedy annoys me, but she did a good job rallying and instructing the potentials while Faith was down and out, and she probably kept the survivors alive until Buffy got there, but I kinda wish Faith had died. I don't mean permanently, just for like a second, like Buffy did in season 1, which would have activated one of the potentials without anyone knowing, which could have been a cool reveal in the final battle. I would have picked Vi because she's adorable. I like the Dawn thing, but it would have been more impactful if if she had had more to do throughout the season, preparing for the final battle, fighting alongside the others, even going with Buffy when she was kicked out, making Buffy sending her away more shocking but understandable. Andrew has a nice moment with Anya, but his predictions are backwards, which we will of course see in the next episode. And we'll also see that Caleb survived, which you'll work out anyway when we get to the death count for this episode. We get Willow's magical setup for the next episode, and it's important that Giles is the one who encourages her to try, as they've had a long history together and have gone head to head several times over her magic usage. I appreciate Buffy sticking up for Faith and defending her leadership choices, and it was nice to see Angel again. He's been gone for so long and he came back with more life than when he left. Finally, I have a question. How have Caleb and the First not won yet? They have enough bringers to overwhelm the potentials through sheer numbers alone. They have 3 Ubervamps in this episode who have apparently just been hanging out, so why haven't they attacked? And Caleb can blow stuff up, including the Watchers Council, without being caught, so there's no reason he couldn't have done the same to the house and everyone in it, long before Buffy got her hands on the weapon. It makes no sense whatsoever. We have 10 deaths, 7 humans, 5 potentials killed in the explosion at the armoury, and 1 caught by the Ubervamps, and the Guardian lady who I presume is some sort of mystical human, like the guy in Inca Mummy Girl, and 3 vampires. All 3 Ubervamps swiftly dispatched by Buffy, which brings our running total to 59 humans, 7 transformations, 28 vampires, and 29 demons. So there you have it. That was End of Days. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be sired by my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.